It's over because this chart won't stop winning or going up, and this chart won't stop losing or looks like there is more downside. We're going to compare those a little bit later. But first, a new China shock is destroying jobs around the world. Whoa, China shock? That doesn't sound good. No, no, no. Here's what it is. It's exactly what it says here. And there is a political response to all of this. People get mad. So, whoa, 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 let's not get so angry here so fast, right? Let's try to cool the temperature a little bit. Let me tell you a little story here. I'm going to tell you a story about this China shock and exactly why I might be the co-president or the co-leader. Why? We went through this on the weekend, but here's the highlights. It's US versus China. Here's where we were in 2000. Blue is the good team, right? Team America. And red team in 2024, it's largely taking over. So is it time to bow down and say that we are now going to have to change our tune? Because right now, even with US barriers, China is still expanding their surplus, which means they're selling to a lot of countries. We can go through to try to understand the reasons why. And right, it's pretty simple. It's not all that complicated of a story. The world likes to grow, and one country has not made very many investments lately. If we look here to the numbers, we can see that in South America, at least, Brazil, Peru, Chile, and Argentina, they're getting money from China. The U.S. has not really been investing lately. And over here, we see that Stella Lai, who was the executive vice president of BYD, they're telling us that our common enemy is something we got to destroy, or ICE. They want to work with Tesla to do this. And they got a 5-minute charge. That's half of what Tesla has. Are rivals running out of time? That seems like a really important question because right now, China cools on Musk, right? 2 cars for the price of 1 Tesla. And please make sure you watch all the way until the end of the video. I do have a hot tip for you today. One you might be a little bit surprised by. So, Elon, no need to cry, sir. You're still the richest man on the planet. But here is the interesting thing. Dan Ives, who was a big Tesla bull, is telling us that the backlash against Tesla has turned into a brand crisis. Oh no, do the people of America no longer like me? I make beautiful, beautiful cars. Yes, but now he's turned into a political figure. And if we look here, Howard Luck is even out there trying to shill Teslers, right? Time to buy some Tesla stock. I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, here's your hot tip. Buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is so cheap. It will never be this cheap again. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. It will never be this cheap again. So let's find out exactly whether or not Mr. Xi over here is angry or if he's sad, because it really comes down to Tesla versus BYD, I think. Over here, look at that magnificent blue steel, right? There we go. The Fed should be much better off cutting rates as U.S. tariffs start to transition, ease their way into the economy. Do the right thing. April 2nd is Liberation Day for America. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. And Trump's like, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. He's like, yeah, well, buddy, you're about to get fired. Why? Because I said so. You don't cut rates. You are out of here. You know who else is getting fired just by executive order? That's right. The Department of Education. What is it? Fired. All right. What else is fired next? Well, let's go through. Trump, his scoreboard was supposed to be the S&P 500, and that is Wall Street's best hope. All right. What's happening so far? We got Germany. Oh, the Germans. How much are they hired by, Jay? You like this? Yep, I like it. It's going up. Yep, by nearly 15%, even with the dip today. So, yep, nice job, guys. Right? I approve. What about over here? Beep, beep, beep. Right, that's a sad stonk. So you guessed it. Fired. You are fired. That's right. So Howard Lucknick, is this talk never really going to be cheaper again? Because we're into correction pretty fast. And let's have a look here. Tesla's forward PE is 62. So, okay, great. What can we buy? Well, we can buy 4 Googles. We can buy 3 Metas. We can buy 3 Nvidias. We can buy 2 Eli Lillys. We can buy 2 Microsoft, or we can buy Microsoft and Apple, or we can take a mix of everything. So I think it's time to start backing away a little bit, right? Who is Howard Lutnick? Well, he's actually a pretty big figure on Wall Street. That's why this statement is so odd. So is he also going to get fired? Right? I'm making a bit of a joke here, but maybe you can play along for a minute and smash a thumbs up, or maybe you can consider subscribing to the channel if you don't want to miss another video. Over here, someone is not fired. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. He's like, no, I want to be prime minister. It's calling a snap election up here in Canada. For when? April 28th. And Xi Jinping is like, okay, I see you, And I got something for you. I'm going to encourage you to pause the video and read this part right here. I don't particularly want to say it. All right, there we go. In other news, the Fed is flying blind. That's exactly what we want, right? It's a foggy night. The lights are not working, and we're not sure what's going to happen. Liz Ann Saunders is also telling us that the next big test for the markets is going to be earnings, and I would agree with that because right now the market has got both a stock rally and a bond rally, which is rare, right? A rare rally. So the market is getting those nice, soothing words from Jerome Powell. But look at this right here. China unveils new rules for restrictive international IP disputes, not specifically targeting, but looking like they want to go after the EU and the US. Okay, in other news over here, Elon, I'm sorry, you're going to be sad again here in 1 second, bro. I'm so sorry, right? Just not your day today, right? Still the richest guy on the planet, but I'm sorry. They're now coming after you too. So whether this is real or not, I'm not sure. But it looks like they are making a major inroads. They're calling him out, calling out his company, and he seems a little bit sad right now, right? Yeah, that's a sad bruh, right? That's a sad bro. Shifting gears here to talk about AI and where we could potentially be. At the very end of the video here, they talk about how it could be 2027 until we get Apple Intelligence. What? 2027? Yes, they're hiring new people in anticipation of that. So how much hype is left in this AI cycle? Because is agentic AI here? I'm going to show you with this really cool software here in a minute. I'm talking about this because I want to know where we are in the cycle. If we're still really early into AI, we could have a lot of hype. Like, look, listen, Apple said 2027. Look at Jensen's roadmap here. What does it talk out to? Oh my God, I think I went too far now. Need to go to this one here. Oh, there we go, Elon. Oh, what a sad Elon, right? Let's go forward here. And Elon's done a lot of great things. So again, I'm making a bit of a joke, but Elon has done a lot of great things. I don't know what he's doing right now. But anyways, let's push forward here. So I don't have it right now. Jensen has his roadmap out to 2028. He's also going to be launching a quantum computing lab in Boston. Let me very briefly show you this here, and then I have a couple of charts right at the very end. So this is why I'm optimistic about the next wave of AI in America. So on the weekend, I went through and showed you this whole video about how it might be game over. I gave you all this evidence. It's a very long video. Watch all the way until the end if you want to see that. It's also all for free if you click on the third link in the description. But let's go back to here. So there's this thing called AI. Might have heard of it. Yes. And now you can see things like in AI, where if we zoom forward here, what it's actually doing is listening to the voice, translating in real time, and doing customer support. What can it do? It can do tasks. It can do guidance. And this is fairly impressive. I'm not going to lie. Our business uses Intercom, and we like it. This is going to be a huge upgrade. Why? It can, in real time, translate to 25 languages. So pretend you have a Japanese person that comes onto your website or a Spanish person. They come on. They ask a question in Spanish, but your database is in English, like it says over here. It actually has the full conversation with that person in their native language using your English database. If that confuses you, just this is a really big deal. They're also launching it through an API. They're going to be doing it with voice. That's the really big update here. And you can also train the robot. So this is called an agent. If we now go back here to what Jensen told us, he talks about agentic AI. Oh, I have to go back here. Let's click on this one because it's a copied link. Anyways, let's go back to here. Agentic AI. What does that mean? Code assistant customer service, patient care. Okay. To ultimately getting to where? Physical AI. We're a ways off from there. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe more years. I don't know. So what this really comes down to is what this nerd, right? What this guy right here is saying. The next phase of AI has bigger impact on the economy, says Sandbox AQ CEO Jack Hidry. Never heard of this guy before. Haven't watched the video. I like the title. That's why I used it. I'm looking here to Apple. They are shifting gears. Why? They're embarrassed. They're changing up their ranks. They've not figured out this Apple Intelligence thing. So they're saying maybe 2027. Finally here, is Jerome Powell done the trick? Right? Tricky task was to assure investors on the economy. Did it work? Well, right now, the economy is still shrinking, right? Negative 1.75. So if you want the hot tip of the day, it just means go buy Tesla because according to the president and also the secretary here, it's never going to be this cheap again, right? That's like a guarantee, right? Right from the government. Government approved. And this is what they don't fully understand. What they're doing is pissing people off. They're getting mad. Yes. So instead of trivializing everybody, you should maybe listen to what they're saying. I know sometimes it's hard to hear things you don't want, but hey, if sticks and stones break your bones, why trading stocks? Finally, there's also going to be triple witching here. So if now we go here to our note of the week, things should be fairly simple. So we're basically looking to see if we can get back above 570 to Friday. The reason why this 570 number is so particular is because of what I just mentioned here. It's the quad witching that happens on Friday, triple witching or quad witching, whatever. I don't know. If we look here, though, look at the low and look at the H in the day. 562.50, 570.5. Where did we close? 565. Are these all coincidences? I don't think so. Why are they happening? Again, there's probably trillions of dollars that are expiring. So if they allow us to go in the money or over 570 into Friday, that would basically fix our chart. Otherwise, we have to be mindful because all we got was one ingredient for the bull recipe. You ever tried making a pizza? If the oven's not turned on or you don't have cheese, even if you have crust, it's not a pizza. It's just a piece of bread. So right now we got bearish recipe, which means until proven otherwise, we're going down. And it's very simple to look at here. We're supposed to get a bounce on the first test if this pattern is going to track. Hit the blue line, bounce for 2 weeks. Hit the blue line, we're fizzling right now. All right, we're fizzling, barely above 565. Otherwise, the default is that we could have a bear market. This decline is 30%. So is there any other videos? Anything else I want to quickly go through? Let me look here to QQQ. Let me focus on S&P actually here. So just in terms of what we're looking for tomorrow, so there's a mixed signal here. The mixed signal is that we did close reds, but we have a hollow candle. We have these massive upper wicks. So what this kind of shows me is that the move for the last 3 months, I don't want to make this video too much longer, but here we go. The last 3 months, or basically the cycle for these options, look, it's red. So what they should want to do into expiry is to actually burn them. They should want it to go higher. Is it because they're not able to? Is it because there's a strike by the buyers? They don't want to buy anymore? Or are the sellers just really excited? Man, I don't know. I know a lot of things that I don't know. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until we actually get an inside bar break, because right now we have a lower high and a higher low, which means that whichever way this coil decides to go, whether it's tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday, whatever, it goes up, I'm not going to argue with it. It goes down, I'm also not going to argue with it. So maybe this is a great time to encourage you to subscribe to the channel for free. And here are my active holdings. I have quite a few names. I'm going to give you a quick pitch now. So I talked about my account yesterday. It's up even more today. I'm up an additional 0.87%. My account's up now more than 12.6% so far this year. So if you want to see what I'm going to do tomorrow or what I'm going to do in general, you can join us for a 45-day free trial after I sign off YouTube. I don't really want to give you a hard pitch, but I've shown you this a couple of times now. And what I've really said is that the next month and a half can be really difficult. So over the next 45 days, like literally, what's the worst that could happen? You can join for a 45-day free trial. And if you don't like what you see, just make sure you cancel before the trial is over. Otherwise, I would really like to help you. Finally, if nothing else, click on the third link in the description if you want to see all the prep that goes into every single video that I prepare, including this one here. All right, thank you. I will see you tomorrow.